but doesn't he the one that makes the thing start?
Yeah, he gave you a thumbs up. You're good.
Recording in progress.
Ah, that's what I was waiting for. I call the Planning Commission meeting Tuesday, June 9th, 2026 to order. Call the roll call, please.
Commissioner Ransford,
Here.
Commissioner Morris,
Here.
Mayor Alt,
Here.
and Chair Tenza.
Yes. Okay, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 250 years.
Amen. Can you say amen?
I think so.
We can. Amen.
Okay. Anybody in the public would like to speak of something that is not on the agenda tonight? It's limited to 10 minutes. Oh, 3 minutes per speaker. Anybody got anything they want to talk about that's not on the agenda? Okay. I've already started your 3 minutes, so you better hurry.
Lucy Stewart. I would like to know, like, what is city property on 160B and what is not city property?
Oh,
Is there such a map of that?
it's a good question, because I always ask the question too, who owns or who's responsible for 160B? And there's some county and some town, as I remember,
Uh-huh.
and it gets confusing.
Hurry up, you're wasting my 3 minutes.
Okay, question about 160B and properties along it. Yeah, that's pretty interesting question because, yeah, it's kind of patchworked. The best way to look right now would be off of the La Plata County GIS. It has it mapped out. It has, the lines of the town limits, and it shows it in relation to the road and the properties that are around the road. Best answer I can give you, right past the two bridges, it's county
Okay.
on through. Where it gets kind of confusing is from the east intersection west. There's a good chunk of that that's still in the county, yet you have properties on either side that are within the town.
Okay.
Then you also have a couple other islands here and there along that stretch. So the plan is to bring that road into the town of Bayfield within the city limits, and the Highway 160 kind of like from intersection to intersection, because the CDOT, the state, did give us, I guess you can kind of say ownership of 160, the whole stretch, but only parts of it, maybe half of it, is annexed into town. And so we kind of want to get that all uniformed within the town, since they technically gave it to us. So that's actually the intent for that annexation for those roads and parts of 501 too, because it's town, county, along that stretch too. That intent hearing for the annexation is actually coming up at the next trustee meeting next Tuesday. So, but as of right now, the best way to see what properties are in town and out of town is through the GIS, La Plata County.
Okay. Just wondering, because I want to know where we can get a ticket and where we can't get a ticket.
Right, yeah, exactly.
All right, thank you.
If you donate to the fund, they just wave you past.
I do every year.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Okay, anybody else? Good, we'll move on. Any of the planning commissioners have conflicts of interest with regard to the agenda? I say that because people have conflicts of interest.
I don't know if I do or not. Do I, as a board member, do I have a conflict with 3B?
Selection of the new planning commissioners? I didn't see why.
I don't know how this is going back and forth anymore.
Yeah, I know. One of the reasons why I want to make some of these changes.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
That's my only reason for asking the
I'm
question.
thinking that, you technically don't However, if you vote tonight to select, one of these people, then I do not believe you'll be able to vote to appoint them at the trustee meeting. Vice versa, if you don't vote tonight, then you would be eligible to vote. And it's kind of like on the other land use cases.
But we won't have a quorum if
But
we
we won't have
don't.
a
Yeah.
quorum if I don't vote.
That's true. Good
So I'll
point.
vote.
So you might want to vote, and
abstain.
I mean, yeah, you can abstain. That's true. That's a vote. You can well,
I don't know.
not the way we're doing it this
No,
time.
no.
We're not. Yeah, we're not doing a voice vote. It's kind of a,
Yeah, that's not an abstain situation. I'll just vote.
yeah, that would
And then
be my
just lobby
suggestion
your
to vote because
board
you've got
members.
more of a possibility. Actually, most likely you're going to have a quorum at the trustees meeting,
Okay.
and we're just going to be selecting one person
Well, if
out
we
of those
don't, I'm
three.
going to pin it on your shoulders at that meeting.
Yeah, I deserve it.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think any of the other ones us do. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
I'll second.
Call the roll.
Commissioner Ransford,
Yes.
Commissioner Morris,
Yes.
Mayor Ah,
Yes.
and Chair Tenza.
Yes. Moving on to approval of the minutes, May 12th, 2026. Any changes, corrections, or additions?
Just one correction on page one. I'm not chairman yet. I mean, I'm striving hard, but I think that's Brian's role. So I was just Commissioner Morris at that time.
All right, sorry, Chairman Moore.
Okay, we'll make that change in the official version. Any others? I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Ransford,
Yes.
Commissioner Morris,
Yes.
Mayor Ah,
Yes.
and Chair Tenza.
Yes. Moving on to section 2, public hearing agenda. We have 2A is the 2025 Colorado Wildfire Resiliency Code adoption.
All right. So for this one, what we're doing is we're recommending approval to the town board of trustees so that they can sign the resolution. So real quick, you guys are being asked to review and recommend the adoption of the 2025 Colorado Wildfire Resiliency Code. It's a statewide framework that establishes minimum standards to reduce wildfire risk in Colorado's wildland-urban interface. Some kind of key points here is the Wildfire Resiliency Code addresses wildfire-specific dangers like embers, radiant heat, and direct flame that standard building codes don't fully cover. It introduces a tiered hazard-based system using the fire intensity classifications of low, moderate, and high based on fuels, topography, and fire behavior modeling. The requirements include structure hardening, so fire-resistant roofs, walls, vents, glazing, and decks, and defensible space and vegetation management, though defined in the ignition zones. There may be increased development costs for the compliant materials and technical reports, although the local jurisdictions will be able to set their own permit fees. The public hearing notice was published on May 24th. There has been no public comment that's been received. And to kind of go off the staff report here, this map is a very broad map, so it was pretty. I mean, it was created by a state agency with their consultant group, and it has the majority of Bayfield within, I believe it's the low hazard system, but that would require some hardening, I guess you can say, so increased costs in building with the materials that they would be requiring. Around 60%, if not more than 60% of the Colorado communities are working to change the maps. However, in order to change the maps, we have to adopt the code first. So that's what we're working on now. And we are working with a consultant as we speak to have them take a look at these maps, have them do a study, and make a more accurate Bayfield-specific map that we can use instead of the one that is in this code. So in order, like I said, in order to make that change, however, we need to adopt this code. So we are recommending approval so that the trustees can sign the resolution to adopt the code, and I can try to take any questions you might have.
Guys over there, any questions?
Well, just the map in general, it looks more orange than yellow, and orange is moderate intensity.
Moderate, I'm sorry, yeah, moderate, yep.
So,
Yep.
that question, in section 101, like, what is grandfathered in, what isn't, what are the exemptions, what aren't? When I read through it, that's my biggest concern, is if we pass something in order to change it, but then we pass it and we can't change it, then we just put a bunch of burden on staff and potentially homeowners in the community.
Oh, well, we're going to be able to change it, because it's going to be up to you guys and the trustees to go through the map and, say yay or nay. So I know we're kind of caught in between a rock and a hard place there. But in order to make any changes, unfortunately, we do have to pass this. We got some safeguards in the resolution. I don't have the resolution on me at this moment, but when it was written up from some of the other communities that are doing the same thing we are, there's some safeguards in there.
Well, the problem that I guess the question that I have is if we, no matter what, we're gonna have an increased cost in building. And so even if we lower the danger, I don't know that that's gonna affect the building cost that much.
Well, you'll have, the hope is you'll have a vast majority of the area that's covered in moderate right now because of their modeling be removed all the way. I mean, what would be the wildfire risk currently where we're at, sitting right now? Pretty low, if not almost zero. Now,
But-
nothing's almost zero, nothing's zero, nothing's, absolute zero, of course. But, I mean, that would take us, or a lot of properties, out of that specific category to where they would not be required the building materials that are needed. And at the same time, we can set our fees. The town itself can set our fees once it comes to abiding by this code.
Okay.
But no matter what, building costs are going up, and we just want to try to make sure it doesn't go up any more than what it needs to be due to this.
But I mean, anything that is in that code's gonna add, is my point.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what would happen if we decide not to adopt it?
Then we have no control, and we would have to go through what this code asks of us as it is stated right now.
And more than likely, people's insurance rates will go through the roof if you could get insurance.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, so that's my question. So if we approve it, then we go in here and take out things like the 0 to 5 feet where you have to remove every single plant within 5 feet?
Yeah, we can make,
House,
yeah, we can make changes to it, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
to cater to our community.
Okay.
So we could change the state one to fit our community.
Yeah, yeah.
I just think it's ridiculous that the governor and our legislators think they want affordable housing and they do nothing but raise the cost on building housing. It's like, they can't have it both ways, and yet that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Their
Well,
definition of affordable is different than ours.
A lot different.
Well, that's because they
Less
make a lot more than
expensive,
we do.
that's what we call that. Just less expensive, never affordable.
Well, and I felt like there was kind of a lot of overreach in there, like if you call them out to say, look at a new construction, they can make you update other existing buildings on the property that had nothing to do with the project at hand.
And let's see, and yeah, there's actually a deadline.
So
when
does,
this has to be approved.
assuming, let's take the assumption that we had approved this, we can make changes to it. Does that also affect our own building code? And will we have to rewrite our own building code to have some of these provisions sort of mirrored in our building code?
Can you repeat that question, please?
Hardened, like roof materials, okay? Our building code now says X. This might say Y, which might be more restrictive. So if we approve this, do we then have to update our building code, unless we change this one over here, to match it? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Gonna have to.
I think so.
I think this, if I was reading it correctly, said something like, you have to, if our building code is stricter, then their requirements, then
Yeah.
we go off our building
Yeah.
code. If
Right.
not, we fall to this one.
And that,
Which-
I mean, I guess that kind of segues into that we will be, well, the trustees will be voting on the adoption of the 2024 building code at the next trustee meeting as well. So, of course, there's been some changes to that.
The Bayfield building code, yeah?
Right.
Okay.
Who's the compliance agency? I mean, that's staff, right?
Yep.
And so is that, who is that now, or is that something?
The compliance agency will be myself, Emilio, and Dan.
And who's the code enforcement
We don't
officer?
have a code enforcement officer.
And we should keep it that way. I don't think we need those. That's part of probably my biggest hangup with this is the added cost and really the overreach. It's pretty strong language in there about
Oh, I know.
we can do whatever we want and you're kind of
Yeah.
gonna have to comply. So
And then
I'm very skeptical to approve it because sometimes things fall to the wayside and then we don't change or update like we should and then we have a problem.
I can tell you right now, Emilio and I have been developing shape files for this, well, Emilio's been developing shape files for this consultant group that we're working with to get this changed. And I've been in contact with him, actually, yesterday. I talked to him yesterday, trying to get things figured out, get him the information he needs, and this is something, once it is approved, we're going to jump on.
So I have, you got another question?
No, go ahead, I don't.
I have three questions, one of which you may have already answered and just went here. Once we approve this, are we stuck with the exact wording that's in it for all our stuff, or can we change some of the wording as it applies to us?
We can make changes, but
But
it
we have to
sucks.
adopt it as is.
We have to
Okay.
adopt it as is,
But just have
but
to make changes quick, that's all. Number two, is there any funding tied to the approval of this regulation?
not that I know of, no.
Okay. So
No,
it's-
but like I stated earlier,
Insurance.
the insurance,
Insurance.
the insurance companies are gonna back this.
they already don't do a lot of insurance within
They're the ones
Colorado.
pushing it,
Yes,
you know?
yeah,
Okay.
not that it'll do any good.
All right.
My other question is that when we look at something like this, and let's say we adopt it, I feel like now all of a sudden that makes us more liable. I know that government's never technically liable, but, I mean, in all fairness, if you're required to put a metal roof on because it's supposed to eliminate the fire risk and your house burns down, I mean, we told them they had to do that, you know? Whose fault is it?
The governors,
I mean, it's the same even with the building department. If we pull a building permit, you inspect it, roof falls in, who's liable?
Right. I don't have an answer for you on that one. Yeah, I really don't.
But you don't have to establish a code official, even though section 103 completely says that you do.
It'd
We'd
be
have to amend
Currently,
it.
the planning and building department, that would be the official for
Okay,
that.
So you have that.
That would be what it is, yeah.
Okay, so they can make, that's kind of the local control, because you can make exemptions through that department. That's how you're
Correct.
reading it?
That is correct.
Okay.
It's like a rock and a hard place.
Exactly. Yeah.
it's more like
I
a
know.
357 to your head.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
can't have 357s anymore.
Oh,
Government outlawed them. Okay, can we go to public now, and then we'll come back to our
Sure.
questions?
Sure.
Okay, if anybody in the audience wants to come up and address this particular issue, try and keep it succinct and to the point, other than you don't think it's a good idea,
Well, I gotta say something.
well, you gotta wait, because he's already up.
I beat you to it. I was running. Paul Black, 311 County Road 501. Thank you guys all for being here tonight. I mirror a lot of your guys' concerns with this as well. It was very interesting. I was picking my kids up from 4-H, and the county had adopted this already, and they were actually already doing trainings on trying to train their whole building department on how to actually work with the builders that didn't even know how to implement a lot of this stuff already. And we're already looking at the costs and the raise to it. I do think it's gonna raise a lot of costs for the town of Bayfield with staff. It's just more things to inspect, more things to go over. I do have one question. Most of the time with mandates, I know you can change them around, but only more in a more stricter fashion. I don't believe you can go less strict. So that is just one, if we can bring this down to where it fits our town, that would be amazing. But I've always been told that you have to either do the base or go more strict and not less. So that's just my question on it. And then also very appreciative of the town staff already working towards trying to reduce the maps in the town of Bayfield. I think that'll be a big piece if we are stuck with this. If it doesn't show the town is a wildfire danger, we can maybe win that battle. It'll also, insurance companies, we had to adopt this with the Upper Pine. I was against it. I wish we were lobbying at the state legislate against it. We missed that window and we didn't hit. Hopefully it'll come back around and maybe they'll pull us out of there. But we were told two things at it, that if we didn't adopt it, that when inspections came up, they'd have to send somebody from the state, and that could be a 2-year backlog. So if you had a building sitting there waiting for it and we didn't adopt it, we weren't certified to check it, you'd have to wait for state. And then also the insurance companies most likely would not be insuring buildings. Funny enough, when you adopt this, the premiums will be raised pretty significantly. They also talked about that just because your building materials are gonna cost more, so it's more to replace your house. So it's a win-win for the insurance companies, but that's all I have. Thank you for the time.
Lucy,
I think he answered.
you got you? Okay. Anybody else? Going once, going twice? Okay, we'll close public part. Commissioners, any more questions? Other than we hate it?
Us and a majority of the other communities within Colorado hate it too, yeah.
Can we file a class action lawsuit against the governor and the legislators?
Yeah.
One thing I will add,
I
Commissioner.
mean, we're literally being forced into something that nobody wants, and we don't get a choice.
Just one thing I will add. So if you recall a while back when the Prop 123 funds came through and we fast-tracked some of the planning and zoning requirements, there was a planning grant that's associated with that. Those funds are being used to do what they're calling a ground truthing, and a lot of communities are doing that. So this is a 30,000-foot view of the area. They went through, drew a bunch of circles with some colored pencils and said, you're orange, you're yellow, you're red. So what we're doing is using an engineering company for the town of Bayfield, and we're gonna go through and truth some of this map and ensure that these are actual moderate fire dangers. There's a lot of other municipalities that are doing the same thing, Ignacio included, Pagosa Springs. Forest Lakes Metro doesn't like it, but I don't know if they have a choice. They've got a lot of pine trees up there, but all the way down through the valley. And so that's something that's already funded for that study that we can propose and see if we can't get this map adjusted. Just so you're aware. And there is a professional that planning's building working with right
Maybe
now.
we should table it until we know a little bit more then.
Well, the thing is that there's a bit of a deadline to get this approved, and if we don't get it approved, then, like Mr. Black said, there's kind of some consequences.
Well,
So, yeah, rock and
sounds-
hard place, that's where we're
So-
at.
Sounds like our insurance is going up no matter what.
Question is, will you even be able to get it? And there are insurance companies that won't insure in Colorado, period, end of story.
Well, if you have a mortgage on your home, though, that's been my question the whole time. If you have a mortgage on your home, you're required by law to carry insurance on said home.
Right.
They should have to provide it. Somebody's got to provide it.
But at what cost?
Call the
I
general.
don't know. Yeah. What's the deadline, Derek?
It's actually at the end of this month, I believe, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was July 1st, but whatever, yeah.
All same, yeah.
But the board still has to go to the board.
Right.
So, and we only have one meeting before that, the trustees.
Well,
Yeah, I wasn't a real fan of this either, so, I mean.
can we all abstain? No, that doesn't, that falls into their game too. Good thing I'm here, I don't have to make a motion.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Tom, make
If
a
we-
motion, then we can blame you.
Yeah.
I was gonna vote against. I was hoping you guys were voting for it, and then I could vote against it.
The compliance thing is still to me, so if we don't enforce compliance and something happens, how does that come back on the town? Or can it? So like, this stuff is pretty intense around what's around your house. So if we don't have the ability to go out and enforce it, and then something happens, is somebody's claim gonna, I don't know, it sounds like insurance doesn't matter, but I mean, you know what I'm getting at, right? So then now they don't get that, you know, like,
Well-
oh, I didn't know that I was supposed to do that because I didn't read this 22-page document.
And if, sorry.
I'm just wondering about that piece. So if you're out of compliance because we couldn't enforce it because you don't have enough people, then your house burns down, and then your rebuttal is, I didn't know. Is it-
I would love to have a great straight answer for you on that, but this doesn't afford me that possibility. Again, we're not the only ones in this particular situation, and it leaves us pretty hamstrung. It really does.
Well, how much of the code can we take out? Like, if we adopt it, how much can we get rid of?
I couldn't give you a straight answer on that right now either.
Man, this sounds
Right
like
now, a lot of
getting
it's.
married, Jim.
Yeah, a lot of it is based on the map and getting as much as the town of Bayfield out of the map as possible so that this would not
Affect us.
apply to us. Exactly. And unfortunately, we have to adopt it in order to make that change.
Is there any communities that have it, like just thinking local? So Wapata County already has, City of Durango has approved, Town of Nashua has approved.
I've heard Montrose and Grand Junction have.
Has anybody succeeded in getting their maps changed so that it,
I don't know right now because this is pretty new, so I don't know where they are on that process. But they are working with the engineering groups as well to get the map changed.
So,
I'm here. Go ahead.
if we adopt this, can we unadopt it later? I mean, we can change our mind about anything else that we approve, so can
Yeah.
we?
yeah, what if we adopt it and then drop it?
You technically can, but, you can do a repeal later on, but would just be up to the consequences of the state for repealing it. Be like not adopting it at all.
Well, we could file a lawsuit and then appeal. I'm just throwing things out.
No, I know.
And chances are that the map changes, I'll almost guarantee you that the state does not even have people that can do that at this point.
Right.
Well, and
Because we've gone through this with guns, they passed all these regulations, we went to ask questions, and we don't have anybody here who's doing that or knows the answers yet. But you have to comply.
And,
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully, even if we get it lowered, we're still gonna be to some code that's probably gonna be very similar.
But it.
You know
it's
what I'm
also-
saying? They didn't give us that option either. They didn't say, well, if you reduce your risk, this is the code. They said, this is the code.
Yep.
This is what you gotta do no matter what.
But it only applies to new construction after
No.
this gets adopted?
No, because if if I have an existing property and
You wanna make a change.
I do something that, let's say I get hail damage on my roof, but anything more than 25%, I've got to replace to the new code.
Yeah, it'd be
I
none.
can't go back in with
Yeah.
asphalt shingles. Now maybe
Correct.
I got to do metal.
That's the threshold, 25% of
Same-
any
yeah.
replacement, renovation, kicks it in.
Remodel, anything. If you
Well, I
change,
guess I was referring more to like vegetation around your home and that type of, like.
that's
exist-
the least I would say
Well,
of
that's where all the fire's
cost.
coming from.
Well, yeah, but it's what they're doing to the buildings.
Right.
Because they're making them have to have, certain hard surfaces. I mean, stucco's significantly more expensive than lap siding.
Right.
Well, with the tight timeframe, is there any way to get any?
An extension?
Well, just, yes, that, or clarification on these exemptions, because it's not, they contradict themselves in places, for sure, which we all know that that's the case. That would be my question.
An extension, I have not heard of the possibility of extension. Have you? No.
Kind of the same thing they did with the 2024 building codes. If you didn't adopt the 2024 building codes and construction codes, then they mandated your carbon emissions tax, and your energy efficiency code came with it with a mandate. So that's why most municipalities took the lesser two evils, went with the 2024 building code versus going to the 2026, so you didn't get the mandate imposition on the town of the carbon tax and your energy efficiency code. So with this, if you go past the deadline, then it's going to be mandated, which of course is unfunded. It's an unfunded mandate. And then they're going to impose this code on the town. So one way or the other, whether you adopt it, it is what it is. But believe if it's mandated, then that inhibits your opportunity to edit or negotiate any changes to the map in the future, is my understanding.
Yeah, or have local control on exemptions, right?
I don't even understand how this is legal. I'm sorry, but they taught us in school that small government trumps big government. State is bigger than town. We should be able to say, no, we don't want to do this. We don't have to participate.
They burned that book.
Yeah, right? They wrote it in cursive. Nobody knows how to read it anymore.
Okay, so, I mean, we're between a rock and a hard place. If we don't do it, if we don't approve it, then we don't get to change the map colors. If we do change it, we have at least an option to reduce the impact by convincing them to change some map colors. And we might be able to change some of the wording in it to meet our requirements, maybe not all of it, but some. But again, it's one of these things where they're gonna shove it down your throat one way or the other.
One way or the other, that is correct.
Well, hearing that, I'll make a motion.
Yeah?
I'll move to approve, recommending to the town board of trustees that we adopt the 2025 Colorado Wildlife Resiliency Code.
I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. Like, this is terrible. This is gonna be bad for everybody involved, and I don't care how it goes. It's just gonna be bad.
And that's the consensus.
I know, but
You can second it with reservations.
okay, I'll second it with reservations.
Open your nose and close your eyes.
Okay, let's call the roll.
Commissioner Ransford,
You can say I hate it.
I hate it. Jim said I could.
Commissioner Morris,
Sure.
Mayor Ah,
No,
If I thought it would make a difference, I'd vote no, but I think we have to vote yes just to deal with it and try and figure it through in the future. These are the things that just drive me crazy in government, which is also why I'm on the planning commission, amongst other commissions, is to try and avoid some of this or stop some of this crap. Did I say crap? I'm sorry. Oh, strike that. Okay.
it's all good.
you can use stronger language if you like.
I would allow that. This is
Okay.
ridiculous.
So
That'll be
it's
it.
it's
Yeah.
three yea, one no. Okay, we'll move on from there. I think we've made our point to where anybody who says, "What the hell were you guys doing?" understands that we didn't have a hell of a lot of choices on this one. All right, we're gonna move into we did 1A, right? That was 1A. 3, review and discussion and adjourn. Oh, review, discussion, and adjourn. I like that part. Discussion on proposed amendment to section 3.2 of the land use code this is for the planning commission. Okay, it's yours.
All right, third time's a charm. So, after going back through the good old Colorado revised statutes, the town attorney and myself went through it pretty heavily. We spent a lot of time trying to poke holes in it, I guess you could say. And there was no way around it, but I did put the section of the revised statutes in your packet. That number 2 is the kicker. All members of such commission shall be bona fide residents of the municipality, and if any member ceases to reside in such municipality, his membership on the commission shall automatically terminate. Then you go down to number 4. Notwithstanding any provisions of the subsections 1 and 3. In other words, you can, make the changes of those. But you can't 2. Doesn't put 2 on there. 2 has to stay. So, using that interpretation and the attorney and I going back and forth on it, I made the following changes to the other changes that we made to the changes. So if you look on, I don't have a page number for the packet, but it's after the statutes section.
The red line version you're talking about?
Yep, the red line version, exactly.
Page 63.
There you go. Thank you. So as it reads, the planning commission, or what I'm proposing that it should read, the planning commission shall consist of 5. So we're taking it from 7 members to 5 members who are recommended by the planning commission and approved by the board of trustees. Then, number 2 is pretty much, it's verbatim what the statute says in regards to residency. Number 3, terms of the members of the planning commission shall be 4 years on an overlapping basis, shall expire on October 31st of the year of termination. And number 4, appointed members shall hold no other municipal office. A municipal office is hereby defined as the mayor, a member of the board of trustees, or a paid employee of the town of Bayfield. So that's the big change. You know, you got a couple, I got chair and co-chair, just a little word and grammar changes, so those are pretty minor, but the meat and potatoes of it is the letter A, membership, going off of what the revised statutes allow us to do, and also going off of the ability to have a quorum. Now, going down to 5 members does allow us to have just a 3-person quorum.
Right.
So that makes it a little bit easier, especially for a small town that has difficulty in getting members on the board. So that is my proposed change. We're not having a vote tonight. This is for your guys' review. I'll notify it and everything so we can hear this on the next planning commission meeting in July. But I just wanted to point that out to you, and that's the changes we had to make. Town attorney and I did go through it with a fine-tooth comb, and this is kind of what I came up with his okay. So this is just review. You can have a discussion over it, but no action.
Okay. So, assuming we can't do any action, this will show up on our next meeting as an actionable item?
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, good. Lucky, good. Bob?
I think so.
Yeah, I just have one clarifying question.
Yes.
Since I'm not a lawyer, I did say the Holiday Inn Express last night. So in the Colorado revised statutes, the A item that talks about 5 people consists of the mayor and a member of the governing body as ex officio members, 3 persons appointed by the mayor, the mayor's elective officer. So that doesn't require us that as long as the commission is making the recommendation to the trustees.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, that can be all changed. Number 2, you can't mess with number 2 if you're a statutory city.
Scary. I just said I'm starting to wear off on you. He said it's scary. Okay, so we can't do anything with it. I think, can we at least say as a commission that we sort of understand the change and we find it acceptable going forward?
Yeah, you can say that.
I think so.
Yes.
So, Jeremy, well, you may be, so Jeremy told us before that Ignacio is using someone, I don't remember if you said it was a business person inside the town limit, or has a business in town but doesn't reside in town on your planning commission?
Well, we got different attorneys. Our attorney has a different interpretation than their attorney, and, whatever they interpret for them is how they interpret for them, but this is the way that our town attorney
Okay.
feels it's the safest way to go.
Okay, I was just
Yeah.
seeing if we had an opinion on that or something.
Oh,
Okay. All right, we'll move along. Look, a selection of new planning commission members to be appointed by the Board of Trustees. We have, you go, it's your turn.
okay, so with those proposed changes, we will be looking to add, for right now, 1 planning commission member. Now, you have the applications in your packet for who has applied. So we have 3 people. So what you can do, you can look at, of course, the applications. You can ask them questions or not. You don't have to ask them questions, or you can just go off what's in the application. But we have James Sanders, Kristen Dallison, and Paul Black. And if you want them to come up, if they're able to say something, they can do that. But again, they don't have to do that either. It's all up to your guys' discretion in regards to how you want to, I guess you could say, interview them.
Is James here?
Yeah. James here.
That's you? That was my name. My name. I don't know if we could have two Jameses on the commission. Check with the attorney. Why don't you come on up and just give us
They call me other names, so.
Okay, yeah, my wife does too, but that's another story.
Thank you.
So I see, we can read your application. You also served on the Bayfield Planning Commission before?
Yeah, a very long time ago, and the Board of Trustees too.
Okay.
Long time ago. In fact, from what was a long time ago, my goodness, I'm still analog and you all are AI, so, but that's about it, but.
So do we have any of these problems that we discuss periodically, you would be responsible for? We can blame you on that planning commission?
That's the way it goes. You gotta blame somebody.
I suspect in 20 years, people will be bitching about us about this conservation thing.
No doubt.
Any questions for James? Or JJ?
I do not.
Bucky?
I'm good.
Tom?
Why do you want to be on the planning commission?
Well, a gentleman asked me to get on it, and I respect him, so not to go into who it was and all that, I said, okay. So here I am, and it doesn't look like it's changed much. You listen, and any questions, fine, and then you vote and whatever. So, but mostly just to help the town of Bayfield if I can. That's it. So. If there's more to it, I didn't hear any, so. A lot of different names and a lot of different people, so.
You missed the part about the free breakfast at Brenda's?
You know.
They didn't tell me about that, Jim.
That would constitute compensation, and we are all volunteers.
Oh, there you go. JJ, right? We'll call you JJ?
J or JJ, either one.
JJ, thank you very much. I think you've given us what we're looking for.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Paul, you want to come up and say something? Keep it short. Because I'm trying to set a record here on this meeting.
Clearly.
Yeah, you're moving.
Going quick, yeah.
Yeah,
Paul
dinner.
Black, 311 County Road 501. Yeah, I'm recently new to the town, so it gave me the chance to, I've been here my whole life and just, Bayfield's my home, and now I finally get a little bit of, I can help the town. I know a lot of the history, and just kind of want to keep chugging away and helping them as much as I possibly can. That's why I threw in my nomination. I think it's a 6-figure paying salary and benefits, so it sounded pretty good as well. So
Someone told you wrong.
So yeah, that's why I threw my nomination in there. So.
Any specific questions for Paul?
No.
Would you be interested in being the new water guy?
We can spread that around.
All right.
Well, that is one advantage to some extent, is he's got some experience in the ditches.
Paul knows
stuff
significantly
that
more
we're
about water
coming
than
up
I
with,
do,
so.
for sure.
Tom, anything?
No, he answered my question.
And we're sure you're a citizen or a resident of Bayfield now. That all the papers done?
Yeah, I crossed last year the border down south and
Yeah, the
got my.
citizen's one question.
Resident. Sorry.
Yes, that's all inked.
Open that can.
Yeah, that's all inked and done. So,
All right.
all right,
Appreciate it, thank you.
thank you.
I think what we're going to do is like we did the last time,
Well,
Derek,
Kristen,
Oh,
I don't think
Kristen
Kristen's on Zoom tonight,
is she?
but she was.
I don't have another Zoom participant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, we'll do it similar to like we did last time. What I'm gonna
Can
do.
we let the record reflect that we looked for Kristen to make some comments
Yes.
and she wasn't available
That is correct.
online at this point? Yes, can we do a secret ballot, so to speak?
So I'll give each
Yes.
one of you guys a Post-it, And you just write the name of the person that you, well, choose.
Just
One more question,
Just
one
one.
more question.
Just one more
Yeah.
process question.
Yeah.
Since the changes haven't been adopted,
That's correct?
so we're voting on appointing one member, and that would be
In the future.
per tonight, right? We're
Yeah.
making a recommendation tonight.
Tonight for one person, one member.
If the trustees don't approve these changes, then we would still have 2 openings, correct?
Uh,
Based on the
Yeah,
current-
that'd be correct.
Okay.
And it would be up to the people, to those applicants if they want to remain on there. And then we can, when that time comes.
Anticipating this change going through at the next trustee meeting, potentially?
Well, the change, what change? The code change?
From 6 to 5.
Oh, no, you guys will have to hear that first in July.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So I'm lost on what we're voting for.
Yeah.
For real.
Well, I guess in theory, if we have someone that we've said we'd like to have you on the commission and we've approved it,
Okay.
and the trustees approve that, when we finally make that move
Yeah.
to approve the new regulation, we don't have to go through the process again, you're on for the next meeting.
Gotcha. Okay.
right.
Because stringing this stuff out is painful.
Agreed. Sometimes I need crayons, but thank you.
That's okay, no, that's okay, we got it.
Got it.
and right now, we're just trying to replace Todd, correct, at the moment?
I don't
That
think
would
we
be
throw
the
names
one.
in there. I think we're approving one and just leave it at that.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
we're just approving one. I'll give you guys a Post-it. You write the name of the person that
Okay.
you wish
What
to
color
be
Post-it?
moved on to the trustees.
How did,
What?
never mind.
Okay, good. Okay, hand them out.
There are 2 colors, Todd and- Okay.
Oh,
Thank you. Yellow, is this yellow or green?
yeah, I see what you're saying. Yep.
I can't tell.
That's LC.
Lucy, what do you think? Yellow or green?
I think green.
Green? Okay.
Thank you.
Hot pink.
It's hot pink. I know it's not hot pink. Those I have at my office.
Mix them up.
God, I wish we could do that. I need civil professionals.
Wait,
I followed it the wrong way, so.
I did too.
You
It's
guys here for
okay.
tonight? Why are you guys here tonight?
We want to come see you.
Just hang out?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and nothing better to do with our time.
Well, somebody's got to keep an eye on us.
They like their dynamic
The
personality.
Billy Goat closed right now, or no?
Jeremy, do you have to audit his vote tally? Or do we trust
Take
him?
his shoes off at least.
sign up to be election judge.
I can count out to 3. 4 gets a little challenging.
All right.
All right, so,
This is in California, we don't have to wait a week, do we?
all right, we'll hear this at the next meeting in July, so, no. Paul Black, you got 3 votes, and JJ got 1 vote, so
Okay.
Paul Black will be in front of the trustees at the next meeting on Tuesday for their official appointment to the planning commission.
Assuming we get everything sorted out. Okay. JJ and I would encourage you in the future to come on. I encourage you in the future to come on back and try again.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be happy to resign.
Thank
Yeah, just saying, there's a really good chance that towards the end of the year, there will be another opening.
Okay.
So if you would like me to keep your application for here within the next few months, I'd gladly do that. And same with Kristen as well, keep
Great.
them as well. But I'll also put out another, I guess you could say, ad for
Right.
members, so, yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Next item of business is the proposed planning commission works sessions discussion.
So, currently Chairman Tenza, your idea has grown legs. I guess we just want to kind of discuss when would be good timing for these work sessions. We've got items galore or potential items that we can discuss. And I've even gained one at the last trustee meeting, actually. So I guess right now the discussion is, when would we like to have these? I know you mentioned something last meeting about having something possibly every other month. So it would be kind of up to the board when you'd like to have them. Would you like to have them on planning commission, scheduled planning commission days? Or would you like to have them on another day?
I think, my personal opinion, and I'll step in as the co-chair and step all over you guys, is that I think we should have it on an off day, mainly because we have had days here for regular plans that come in that are brutal enough.
Agreed.
So if we did it on an off day, and if again, I'll go back to my days on the county planning. You know, we picked the same day of the week, so you knew it was circling through, and it was like the next, wasn't the next one, you had a week off, and it was the following. So for us, it would be like the fourth Tuesday of the month.
That's what I
And, you know, I guess if somebody else has, if you have other things already planned, other than softball, baseball, ballet, anything like that, then that might work. And again, it's not mandatory, we don't need a quorum to
No,
have it.
that's correct.
It's really more a discussion, especially as we get new board members, to talk about stuff. I mean, there's stuff, I'll go over the things that I recommend, again, just for the record. What I recommended we cover in topics, and I did it in a specific order too. And it was stormwater/drainage issues and the town regulation regarding development projects. So that always comes up, that they meet it, they did it. The second one was irrigation ditches, including maps of the various ditches within Bayfield town limits, and there's a lot of them. Okay, piping requirements for development with open irrigation ditches versus those with piped irrigation ditches. So we can get a feel for, what do we got? What's the potential? What kind of hazards can we look in the future? And then we could look at regulation accordingly. The third one was, and you guys touched on it today a little bit, plan for future Bayfield Parkway improvements. Once we get traffic from the completed Pine River Commons, Clover Meadows number 8, McCoy property, Ironton RV Park, we're gonna have a ton of new traffic on Bayfield Parkway. So I, as a commissioner, would like to know, does the town have a vision and maybe even a timeline as this goes? The last meeting I was at, maybe, was it the town board meeting, where they talked about 8 corners?
Yeah, it was the last meeting, yeah.
I had to count the corners when I was going home, because I'm trying to figure where's 8 corners, but I realized it's corners. So that's one. And then the last one I had, which is sort of long range, but good to talk about, was most likely projected future development areas within Bayfield town limits and the 3 mile area. We have some sections that I'm pretty sure, just my personal opinion, it's gonna take forever to develop. We got others that are just ripe for somebody to come in and say, I wanna buy that property, I wanna put something on there. And it would be nice to have it sort of as a commission to where we're sort of acknowledged that we know where some of those places are gonna be. So that was sort of what I asked for us to have some discussion on.
And for instance, I got one at the last trustee meeting in regards to the possibility of ADUs being used as vacation rentals.
Right.
Something like that, you know, so just issues and topics like that that we can have a discussion about during one of these meetings. And no, I
And
think-
it's informal,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not a actionable kind of
Nope.
thing, but it could lead to action or recommendations for action.
So can we look at current land use codes as well? in
Yeah.
these kind of meetings?
Yeah. I mean, we can sit down and talk about anything.
As long as we don't take that.
But once it comes to action, that's when we have to have a public hearing, you know, planning commission hearing. But no, we can sit down and just talk, just kind of like we are now in this
Right.
particular section of the agenda.
Right. And just
But
to be
more in
clear,
depth.
we would have, public could attend it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they wouldn't have, like here, they have the right to input to it. And we might ask some questions of somebody, but there's no right to say, I want to speak tonight,
yep.
because it's
It's a work session.
a work
It's a
session.
work session, it's kind of, reminds
Almost
me
like
of
an
like
executive
round
session.
tables, you know, you guys get together, they have a lot of those usually during comp plan updates, you know, you just throw ideas out, discuss them.
Does it require posting?
No,
And the other thing is it avoids the open records law where you gotta have, public notice when 3 or more get together. And that kind of avoids that issue. Not that it's a big deal, but it is. So what do you think? Fourth Tuesday of a month?
Works for me,
Bucky?
Yeah, as far as I know.
starting in
Yeah.
August.
Tom, we don't care. about
Yes,
I know you don't.
right.
Okay.
that. But if we
I get
needed-
that a lot.
If we needed you think? We might have one before you.
Well, I can't do the 1st and the 3rd, so the 4th, I guess.
I'm just out in June and July, and I know it's not because of anything you described.
We aren't going
Getting
anywhere in
the time
June,
out.
I don't think, so maybe look for the first one in July, maybe?
first one in July? We can
No, I
Can
haven't,
I throw a topic of conversation out?
sure.
I would like at some point to look at home rule and benefits, or
Amen?
whether it's a positive for the town or not.
And for that one, we'd want to have the attorney available as well.
Yeah, if we have a topic that we want to discuss that gets onto the big-time law side, then just tell me and I can see about getting our town attorney involved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could. I don't know if she'd do it.
If I asked her, she
We'll go smoother.
would. I don't have to. Okay, so we'll.
Same time,
we'll-
Jim,
we'll-
same time?
Same time, yeah, 6:30.
Same time? Oh, that's what I was going to ask. Okay.
Yeah, 6:30, and we'll keep it to no more than an hour and a half. Okay?
That's, yes.
So we aren't chewing up a lot of time, and we can get back in time to see NCIS on TV or something like that. Okay, so that's, I think this is a very important, I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but I think it's very important for the planning commission to do these kinds of things. You know, because it will impact future regulations as we start talking about some of this stuff, as opposed to letting somebody else dictate to us what they think the regulations ought to be,
I agree.
finally.
So, do we want to do this every month or every other month?
I'd say block it off for every month.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Month?
I think, I mean,
It's
if we
just
can't
easier
make
that
it, we
way on a
can't make
calendar.
it, you know?
Right,
if
yeah,
something
it's
comes up,
not
but at least
required
that way we
to
have
us,
that
yeah.
spot.
Future Paul, are you on, you Tuesday nights available on fourth one? Okay, I see. Yeah. That's Future Paul. We're gonna,
Apparently mine are now.
we're gonna call him Future Paul from now on.
Future Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe longer. Okay, so you good with it?
I'm,
And do you
Yeah.
have enough staff that you could kind of work through this too? Because one of the hesitance I had in suggesting it was, I know we don't have a ton of staff here. Can you guys, you know, especially if we do it every month?
I mean, technically, we won't, I mean, Jeremy won't have to come. Amelia really doesn't have to come. It's not like we have to take minutes or anything like
That's
that,
true,
you know. I'll
that's
just
true.
take
But we'd like to
notes,
see
but
Emilio.
I'm available.
Okay, all right. Okay, I think that answers that. Anything else on this topic?
No.
Yes, no? No?
I'm good.
Okay. Nodding of heads, do you think this is a good idea? Okay, I see some heads nodding. Some go this way, some go this way, but they're nodding. All right, so anything else? Commissioners, anything else you have for tonight's meeting that wasn't on the agenda you'd like to bring up? No? No? Staff, anything else we should know before we adjourn?
Maybe.
Sorry, just talking.
If you want to talk, you're going to talk into the microphone.
That's right, that's right. Anything
Address
else you
us.
guys have for us before we adjourn?
That do it.
I'll entertain a motion.
So move.
We don't need seconds on that, do
Nope.
we?
We're adjourned
Meeting's adjourned.
at 7:28.
Look at that, huh?
It's good to see you. I wish you'd come back to the senior center.
Yeah. You know what? It's just what I need.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
You on that one. I was like, well, I was like, I don't know where this goes. Hi, Phyllis.
I guess this is my last one.
Oh,
I've just
Maybe
been
not.
replaced.
Might not be. Might not be.
I know.
You never know.
Yeah.
Except Paul, I was being replaced.
But it's only future Paul. Let's see. Sleep,
Right.
shut down.
That's true.
There's an update before you can shut down.
I always like when you turn it on, like you're you got something you gotta get done now, and it goes, we wanna like update or upgrade. Yeah.
And that's when you started.
They're like, oh, yes, we are, we're doing it right now, and you're like, no, I gotta have this out the door in 10 minutes, what are you doing to me?
Yeah,
My great grandparents, Mormons, Canadians, my great
Yeah. Everybody's talking so fast, I couldn't like,
This
figure out what they
wildfire
said,
thing
but the
sucks.
names.
I grew up in Aztec, but I lived in Bel so.
I didn't wanna give the impression, as mayor, I was playing a stupid political game, like, whatever. As mayor, I didn't wanna, the mayor was against.
I miss when you were on the post office, or at the I said, I miss when you were at the post office.
To me, this is another one, just like.
Right?
I don't, it's kind of rare.
It just,
Right?
And what you can and can't do, and what you need extra